The first SciF lesson was about baby animals and utilized the ESOL strategy, Find Your Match. I was really proud of the outcome of this lesson. I think the students tried really hard and did very well with the strategy. Although this was my first time using this strategy, my teacher has done similar activities with this class. The students really did well finding their match. If I were to teach this lesson again, I would use it as an end of the unit review. It was pretty difficult for most of the students to remember the names and features even though we had reviewed them during the building background portion. What matters most to me is that I really saw them putting forth the effort. They all worked really well as partners when presenting their animals. I would definitely use this strategy again in my future classroom. Once again, the main adaptation I would make would just be further review beforehand, because even though they had the pictures to work off of, they really didn't know the names of the animals or the names of the animal babies. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the first strategy.
Okay, does anyone know what this animal is? See, Olivia.
A zebra.
Good job. And a baby zebra is called a foal. Does anyone know what this one is? Sierra. Oh, try again. This one doesn't have stripes, and the male has a mane. What's this one? Do you know? You want to try again? What do you think it is? Good job. This is a lion. What you're going to do is you're going to take your card. When I say, you're all going to stand up and you're going to mingle and you're going to walk amongst each other and you're going to try to find your match. So for example, I have the baby elephant. So I'm going to be looking for the mama elephant. And the mama elephant would be looking for me, the baby elephant. So it'd be the same. If you have, say, the baby cheetah, you're going to look for the mama cheetah, and the mama cheetah should be looking for you. You want to find your partner. Once you've matched your baby with your mama, so when I find mama elephant, we're going to sit on the carpet next to each other. So we're going to find two stars next to each other, and we're going to sit down, and we're going to wait for everyone else to find their partners, okay? Okay, so you guys can get up and start to mingle. So here, why don't you, Joseph, come sit in this pink one. Oh yeah, you can be a daddy. Keep mingling, try to find your match. You want to sit next to them. That's correct. You guys can sit down. That's correct. Sit down. Now that you guys all have your matches, for example, I have baby elephant, and my partner is Joseph. So Joseph is going to come stand up with me. And he has, we'll call it daddy elephant because he's a boy. So we have daddy elephant, we have baby elephant. But what you're going to do is when you come, you're going to stand up with your partner. And I would say, I have baby elephant, and that is a cow. And Joseph would say, I have daddy elephant. Remember in the Animal Babies book, how they would talk about different characteristics of the animals? For example, Joseph and I could say that our animal, I could say that the baby elephant has a trunk, and he could say daddy elephant has tusks. And those are two things that make elephants different than some of the other animals that you might have. Do you remember what animal you guys have? Kinley, what is that? That's a bison, kind of like a cow, right? Do you remember what your baby's called? Remember, it's kind of like a cow. What are baby cows called? It's a calf. Yep, good job. That's a bison calf. You guys can sit down. Okay. So we have a new animal. Can you tell me who's the parent? Tori, what animal is this? Yeah, class, she has a lion. Do you remember what a lion baby is called, Mariah? It's called a cub. Can you think of two things that make lions unique? The shape of their nose, right? They have that cat nose. That's almost like a little triangle. What about you, Tori? Can you think of something that makes lions unique? The daddies have a mane. Great job. Okay, what do you guys have? Jocelyn, what animal is that? Do you remember? That's an ostrich. Do you remember what the baby ostriches are called? What? They're chicks. Good job. Yeah, so baby ostriches are chicks. All right, awesome. You guys can sit down. Emily and Jada. What do you have? Show the class.
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo. Good job. Do you remember what a baby kangaroo is called?
Yes.
What is it?
A
A joey. Great job, guys. You all have your mamas and your babies, and they're pairs, but they have different names.
This PSYOP lesson plan was about comparing, and it utilized the ESOL strategy, sign in please. I am extremely proud of the outcome of this lesson. The students did so well following the directions and seemed to really grasp the concept. I was pleasantly surprised how well the kindergarten did using candy as a manipulative. We didn't have anyone sneaking a bite or dropping them on the floor. I really loved how this lesson successfully delivered content in a fun, creative, and seasonal way. If I had to reteach this lesson and change one thing, I'd probably either expand upon the content with different types of comparisons, or I would give the students more opportunity to come up with answers as a group. The strategy really worked well with this lesson, and the students seemed to really like it. The teacher would sometimes use a similar strategy, but I really enjoyed extending upon it. I would definitely use both the lesson concept and the strategy in my future classroom. Oddly enough, most of the students did not like the candy pumpkins. Thank you and enjoy the lesson.
Five little pumpkins laughing, laughing. Five little pumpkins laughing, laughing.
Yeah, we're going to be comparing five. So how each time there was a different amount of pumpkins, and in the end there was five. So we'll see the different ways that you can compare numbers up to five. But when comparing numbers, a lot of the times you'll have one amount, say on the top, and then another amount below. And when you look at the two numbers, then that's when you'll decide if they're equal, if one is greater, or if one is less. So if it's more or less. First we will decide a number to put on the top. We can decide that number through these number cards. So we'll decide a number to put on top that could be through these. So for an example, I might give you the number 3, and I'll tell you, can you please put 3 pumpkins on your top row? So you'll have the worksheet that looks like this, and you'll have this top row, and you might put 1, 2, 3. We'll do that together. Then it'll be your job all on your own to see if you can make the same number below. So we'll do one practice round together, but I just want to explain the instructions to you first, okay? What makes you think that they're not the same? Yeah, it's very misleading the way that there are different colors here and that they're lined up differently, right? Like these are in a row and this one's underneath where these are more of a cluster. If you think the numbers are the same, give me a thumbs up. If you think the numbers are not the same, sign in with a thumbs down. Yeah, most of you put a thumbs up because the numbers are the same. They're both 5. So even though they're grouped differently and that can be confusing, they're actually the same number of objects. Jocelyn, did you make the same number on the bottom on the top? How did you know it was the same?
Because there's not another one.
Oh, great response. So she lined them up and she made sure that there wasn't one that didn't have a partner. Are both of your lines the same? How do you know that they're the same?
Because I looked at the top one and then I
So you made sure it looked the same as the top as it does on the bottom, right? Let's start with this number. Can someone raise their hand and tell me what it is? Angel. 2. So on the top line, can you put 2 pumpkins? Now on the bottom line, I want you to make the same amount. On the bottom line, so the same amount. Let's sign in, please. Okay, you're going to look at the red one, and you're going to see the yellow one, and you're going to trace the line down. So you look at the red one, and then the yellow one, and trace the second line down. Look at the third red, trace the third line down, and the fourth one. So, do each of these counters have a partner, have a friend? If you think so, then sign in with a thumbs up. If you think that each of the counters don't have a partner or friend, sign in with a thumbs down. Awesome, okay. Good job. So she counted 5 juice boxes, so we're going to draw the number 5 here. So now that we have counted both of the sets of objects and written down their number, we need to compare them. So if you think that they are the same, give me a thumbs up. If you think that they are not the same, that one of them is bigger, one of them is smaller, give me a thumbs down.